I hope this welcome sign was better maintained than the last one I'd seen.
Finally. What time do you call this?
Well, it's earlier than I might have been. But on the other hand, it's later than I expected.
Are you being profound?
He wishes.
I'm sorry. Please ignore my droid. Is there a problem?
Yes, there is. We're in the midst of a disaster. A meltdown. Somehow a bird got in and made a total mess. And the official cleaning team is indisposed. On today of all days. I, P4RT, have been delegated to resolve this issue. For your own well-being, I invite you to call me T. I hereby subdelegate the task of cleaning this area to you and your droid.
Actually, I'm just here to speak with Officer Orana. Can you tell me where she is?
Officer Arana is occupied in the control room right now, not to be disturbed. In fact, she's even locked the elevator. Not that it's any business of a cleaner.
Maybe we can start with cleaning the control room.
The control room demands a top-of-the-range cleaning team. And I very much doubt that rust bucket is up to the job.
Hey, this isn't rust. These are janitorial scars of honor.
He may be old school, but he gets the job done.
Either way, you're going nowhere till this whole area is spotless.
You won't be disappointed. Right, Joey?
Spotless is my middle name, Foster.
Are you sure that thing is up to the task?
This thing has a name?
Don't worry. I've had him serviced.
I shall be supervising the area preparations, should you require me. Unless there was anything else.
Do you have a problem with
Yes. Gangs are attracted to our beautiful flora, but then create a dreadful mess. Those nasty creatures must not be allowed to ruin the Aspiration Gala.
How can they be stopped?
Our fearless vermin robot will make sure they don't get anywhere near the tree.
I could deal with the bird for you.
Absolutely not. The vermin robot is in complete control. And you're on cleaning duty.
Tell me something about yourself, T.
I live by a simple motto. Cleanliness is next to Joey-ness.
Catchy.
I really need to speak to...
Officer Arana is busy with preparation. She has given specific instructions.
Are you sure that room doesn't need cleaning?
No way. I'm still waiting to be impressed by...
If I was going to get to Arana, I'd need to prove to T that Joey and I were up to the task.
Wow, this place sure is a mess.
Joey, would you mind tidying? We'll need to impress that droid if we want permission to speak to Arana.
Excuse me? Do I look like a cleaning droid?
You look exactly like a cleaning droid, Joey.
Yeah, well, appearances are deceptive.
Look, I know you're not a real cleaning droid, just like I'm not the real Graham Grundy.
Oh, so I should pretend to clean up the area?
No, I mean actually clean up the area.
Really, Foster? Must I?
Yes, and look like you're enjoying it.
Okay, but you owe me.
Joey, can...
No way.
We are. I find the mess, you clean...
I'm beginning to question this arrangement.
Joey, could...
Yes, clean the...
Some old bunting had been left in the tree. Cleaning that up would surely impress Dee.
One of those robots again? Please, just... no.
A powerful spray was drenching the tree and everything around it.
How can I improve your productivity?
How am I doing?
You want me to The ground appears...
Does that mean you'll unlock the elevator for us?
and allow some incompetent droid to run riot in the control...
I think he's talking about you, Foster.
Our cleaning skills weren't making enough of an... I needed something big, something striking to clean if I was to impress the droid. Gangs. These birds were experts at making a mess. If I was looking to cause havoc, the bird would come in handy.
It's like a home for tiny humans.
No, stop it! You're making a mess! Joey, preserve us, what are we to do? This avian invasion is a disaster. Look at the mess! Citizen Graham, to work.
Hey, at least the bird's gone, right? That's pretty impressive.
The vermin? The vermin is gone, but behold this! This looks like a war zone! To work! To work! Remember, cleanliness is next to Joey-ness.
Yes, that's always been my motto.
Joey, could you...
Yes, yes.
The fallen bunting had thrown T into a real state. Joey, let's show this droid your true talent. Get to work on that bunting.
With pleasure. You know, Foster, I think I'm starting to get the hang of... Uh-oh. The bunting's tangled in my brushes. My motor! I think my motor is on fire! Foster, I'm too young and talented to die! Help!
Quick, Joey, stop, drop, and... Look, stop and drop! Hurry!
What's going on down there? I thought this platform was supposed to be...
Officer Arana, I'm so sorry. The cleaning unit I was sent have proved to be wholly inadequate.
the cleaning unit. Hello?
Not what I'd had in mind, but my strategy had worked all the same. Now I could ask Orana about a travel waiver.
Orana! Just the person I wanted to see.
Graham Grundy, what on earth are you doing here?
I wanted to ask you about something. So I came down here hoping I'd find you.
And you decided to get my attention by setting fire to this droid?
A happy accident.
I'm sure that T will clear this all up in good time. I'd better get on with my duties.
Of course. Hey, listen, before you go... So what is this?
You mean it's a place to come and reflect your place in the world. Look up and see how far you've come. Look down and see what's left to aspire to.
So, a place where you can feel superior and inadequate all at the same time?
On the contrary, it's an uplifting, positive space. The perfect place to celebrate Aspiration Day.
Hey, what happened to that girl on the roof?
Raquel was safely deposited at the Reflection Spa. She'll be right as rain in a few hours.
At least you got a few hours off work.
Speaking of work, if this place isn't cleared up soon, everybody's gonna miss the Aspiration Gala.
What's your role in the Aspiration Day festivities?
I watch over everyone's well-being. It's very gratifying.
How do you do that? Supervise well-being, I mean.
Easy. If everyone is well, then I'm doing my job.
The elevator was on lockdown. What were you doing up there? Not another girl trapped on a ledge, I hope.
Thankfully, no. I just needed a little peace and quiet. Besides, I wanted to do a final well-being check on the equipment. Attention to detail is important, don't you think?
Oh yeah, sure. Nothing gets past me either. So does your job usually involve responding to disasters?
There are no disasters in Union City. Just unpredicted mishaps. Which I am trained to smooth over.
That droid sure is interesting.
T is an exceptional droid.
Seems pretty intense.
Well-being is intensely important, and therefore highly rewarding.
T seems to be having a tough time.
I wonder why.
So, can I clean upstairs?
After your little display down here, I think not.
Orana, do you remember that?
Did you find him?
Not yet, but I think...
Mr. Grundy, I'm just a well-being officer, and I'm really not sure this is at all in the interest of your well-being. I get it. Kid goes missing, you want to help.
But...
This isn't for either of us to deal with. Leave these things to the appropriate ministries. Okay?
I was hoping you could get me access to the recycling center in the industrial level. Area code E1594.
So that's what you were asking about earlier. I'm afraid that zone is prohibited, unless you have a travel waiver.
I know. Do you think you could authorize one for me?
Why would you want to go to there? It isn't safe for civilians.
It's about the missing child I told you about. I've been following some clues, and
Shouldn't that be reported to the appropriate ministry?
I've tried that, but no one seems to care.
I don't know. This is all very...
You've got to help me, please.
Okay. I'll authorize your travel waiver. But be careful.
Got it. Thank you, Arana.
There. I should get back to work. Keep a smile on your face.
At last, I had the waiver I needed. Next stop, Home Crescent Recycling Center.
Don't worry, pal. I've got you.
Oh, thank goodness.
Just gotta pull this.
Ouch. Be careful with...
The droid shell was on fire. Quite a safety hazard.
Hey, Arana.
Yes, Graham?
Listen, Arana.
This isn't about that missing Gap kid.
It was going...
People disappear, Graham. Most of them turn up again. No worse for wear.
Are you going to be here for...
By the looks of things,
The gated area up top looked like some kind of VIP zone. An intercom system connected to the control room above.
Intercom disabled.
Welcome, Citizen Graham.
Where would you like to go?
Take me to my...
Certainly.
Got a minute?
Apologies if my loquacious musings disturbed one.
Hello again.
Good day, Master Grundy.
Later, talk.
Have a good... Excuse me, sir.
Commencing spray. Please stand back.
Got a minute?
Apologies if my loquacious musings disturbed one.
What do you think of...
One has very little opinion on the stuff, sir. Though most humans... Sir Reginald is awfully partial to cracking open a cold one at the Piat...
And what about you?
As delicious as I'm sure it is, consuming one would likely cause a fatal internal mal... And I'm too busy for all.
Commencing refill.
Ever had a mini-K?
Absolutely not. That isn't the sort of thing the Poet Laureate keeps around.
Would you like to try one?
My dear boy, Reginald Arthur Schnippel's standards will be maintained through my actions. And even if I were to lower them, I cannot consume such produce.
Your loss. Got a minute?
Is something the matter?
Do you recognize this?
It appears to be an instrument in which to see the world around us through an alternative perspective.
Sure, but what can I use it for?
With all those scratches, one would imagine its only use may be metaphor, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Do you know what this is?
Looks like some sort of ambulatory transport.
They're kidnapping children.
Please let one know if...
Got a minute?
Is something the matter?
Look what I've got.
That is a thing you have... Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me.
Hey, stranger.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Commencing spray, please.
The picture showed an utterly unfamiliar scene from a bygone era. For a moment, I was off balance. It felt like I was falling towards the building. But then I realized it wasn't real. Just a lifelike sculpture carved into the wall. What a relief. Among the drawings were photographs, land trains, and the city walls. The droids who stare at goats. A classic. The plinth was showing the toy's tracking data. E1594. I suspected this is where Graham had been meeting his contact, Leet.
Welcome, Citizen Graham.
Where would you like to go?
Take me to the...
Travel waiver. Are you sure you want me to transport you to the industrial level?
Yes, I'm sure.
No one has ever asked me to take them up there before. Mind how you go, Citizen Graham.
The recycling center was located high in the city's industrial level. The place was filthy. If I was right about the tracker, then I'd find Leet here somewhere. But what was he doing with Graham in a place like this? Some of the trash was marked with the logo of Agio City.
Ah! What? Who are you?
Whoa! Hello.
What do you want? You security?
No. I'm looking for a guy called Leet.
Well, you just found him. Leet's the name. Tactics the game. What can I do for you today?
It's about a friend of mine, guy called Graham. I think you know him. I'm looking for some information.
What sort of information?
I need to know what he was doing here.
Listen, pal, I can barely remember my own name. Let alone every Tom, Dick, and Graham that comes through here. I'll have to check my records.
Sure.
But, oh, my head.
What's up? Are you okay?
Arse, my bleeding noggin. Need my medicine.
Your medicine?
Aye, my medicinal moonshine. It's over in the other building. Take this and fill it to the top. Then bring it back here.
And you'll check your records?
I will. You can trust me, pal.
An unspoken deal had been made. Leet wanted his moonshine. I wanted information. A model unicorn had been made out of plasticine. It was a rubber fish. It was a rubber fish.
Oh! Stay away from...
It looked like the control panel for the conveyor belt and the crusher.
This area is restricted. You should not be here.
It looked like the stun droid was guarding the whole process. To get to Leet's moonshine, I needed to find a way to disable the droid.
Return from whence you came. You shall not pass.
It was a scrappy security droid with a vicious-looking stun unit.
Hey, Leet. Found anything on Graham?
Nothing yet. I'm running...
Can you tell me anything about...
I can't...
The rickety conveyor was feeding trash into a crusher. It was a vicious-looking crusher. Surprisingly, the drive cogs were exposed. Well, that had thrown a wrench in the works. Or to be more precise, a crowbar. I preferred my pork unpulled. The conveyor belt jolted to life, then clunked, and came to an abrupt stop.
your...
Well, that had thrown a wrench in the works. Or to be more precise, a crowbar. The robot was nicely stuck in the crusher. The whole mechanism was toast. How's your head?
'Tis but a scratch. This is your fault. I'll do you for that.
You're trapped in an industrial crusher.
I'm invincible.
No, you're defective. I had to admire the droid's spirit, but it was defeated. The droid was no longer a threat. I, human. I was struck by a wave of heat and burnt plastic. A blazing furnace lit the room, fed by a series of pipes leading into the roof. The gas that had been flowing through the pipes was clearly powering the furnace. It was a rusty tap for dispensing the moonshine. The main ingredient of Leet's moonshine appeared to be spankles. I filled the bottle to the top. I hoped that would encourage Leet to help me. The flames from the furnace were fierce. The old sign was an anchor held by a hastily fastened cable. It had seen better days. I slid the crowbar under the cable, though I wasn't sure what I hoped to achieve. It was some sort of fuse box or switchboard. The box was corroded and wouldn't open. It was a heavy-duty throw switch. The gas pipe looked like it fed the furnace below. It was covered in warnings, highly explosive. It was controlled by a rusty-looking valve. The wheel was long since broken. I couldn't turn the valve off this way. Hi there, Leet.
Oh, sorry. I was away with the fairies there. Any progress with my moonshine?
You're in luck. I've got it right here.
I knew that old security droid wasn't up to much.
He won't be bothering you anymore.
Good man. Now give me that bottle. So, what do you want to know?
I'm having some issues with my U-chip. Can you help?
You bet. It's what I do.
Well, there's a weird security flag on Graham's ID. Maybe that's why I can't access his messages.
Oh?
And every time someone scans my U-chip, they notice the error. A mentor from the Ministry of Well-Being is investigating it right...
You what? And you came here! You know they can track those things, right? We need to get that flag removed. Immediately. This could bring down my entire operation.
Right. What do you need?
Quick! Get your...
Why is it so tight?
To stop you getting away, you idiot!
What's the cleaver for?
What do you think? One more U-chip for my trade, and 2 more thumbs for my collection. Now hold still, while I focus on your wee digits.
had to think fast. There had to be something within reach that I could use.
See, that's the thing about...
The rubber fish just bounced off the guy's face.
That's one more thumb for Jimmy the Thumbs.
Why is it so tight?
To stop you getting away, you idiot!
What's the cleaver for?
What do you think? One more U-chip for my trade, and 2 more thumbs for my collection. Now hold still, while I focus on your wee digits.
I had to think fast. There had to be something within reach that I could use.
I've got a wee sack of you...
I smashed the bottle over the guy's head.
Idiot! Nobody's ever got the best of Jimmy the Thumbs. Until now.
So, you aren't Leet then?
I never said I was.
Oh yes, you did. You maniac.
Everyone's got to have a hobby.
What's wrong with stamp collecting?
Call me Jimmy the Thumbs, pal. Not Jimmy the Philatelist.
Thumbs? That's what you're after?
And the U-chips, but mostly the thumbs.
What do you even do with them?
Just collect them. I like the approval they give me.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're crazy. Now, tell me where to find Leet. The real Leet.
He's hiding out. In a place too hot for the likes of you. Folks call it the... Hellfire Club.
Save your riddles, Jimmy. And with that, Jimmy passed out. Looked like I'd have to find the real Leet on my own. I wasn't going to get anything more out of Jimmy for a while. He'd passed out. Time to find... There was a strange smell of almonds. I realized what the unicorn was made out of. Plastic explosive. It was a rubber fish. The droid was no longer a threat. I knew I shouldn't leave until I'd found out where the Bilby tracker was. The gas that had been flowing through the pipes was clearly powering the furnace. It was a heavy-duty throw switch. The valve controlled the flow of gas to the furnace below. I had no way of detonating the C4. I slid the crowbar under the cable, though I wasn't sure what I hoped to achieve. The crazy drunk had mentioned the Hellfire Club, and I could just see a ladder behind the flames. Can't waste that precious moonshine. Although it would certainly kill off any bacteria on the Mini-K, I doubted it would improve the taste. The gas that had been flowing through the pipes was clearly powering the furnace. It was a heavy-duty throw switch. The old sign was an anchor held by a hastily fastened cable. It had seen better days. A badly tied cable held the anchor sign to a support beam. The pipe had been cracked by the falling anchor. Gas was leaking out. That way is now blocked by a very large flame. The gas pipe had been blown off the wall. The flames had died down, but the smell of burning waste still filled the air. Behind the furnace, I could now see a ladder leading up to a room. Hello? Leet?
Leet!
Huh? Hey, kid. Are you all right?
Leet! 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 Leet!
Oh. Is that,
What?
a Shreebman port?
Let me guess. Leet?
Leet!
Yeah. Hold your bill, be poppy. Grown-ups are talking. Now, you. Why are you pretending to be Graham Grundy?
How do you know that?
My system flags every U-chip that walks through that door. And you are not Graham.
Correct.
Is he dead?
Yes.
Did you kill him?
No. I just borrowed his ID.
I see. Okie dokie then. Start talking.
Why all this attention on my Shreebman port?
Because, man, it's a Shreebman port! Do you have any idea how rare that is? Still regret having mine out. See?
How do I know you're really Leet?
Said I was, didn't I?
The last guy I met told me he was Leet, and that didn't end well.
Ah, that'd be Jimmy.
He tried to cut off my thumbs.
Sounds like Jimmy. Deep down, he means well.
So what's your deal, Leet?
Technical genius, ethical hacker, outlaw, fashion guru. Whatever you want to call it. I stay off the grid.
Hiding from something?
Me and Union City had a little disagreement a few years back. And we'll leave it at that.
Okay, so what's your connection to Graham Grundy?
Graham?
Songbird's Bilby had somehow ended up in the young girl's hands.
Oh, Graham! You amateur!
Sounds like he was more than just an acquaintance.
All right, I did know him. I'm the genius who put the masked demon and the data blocker on his ID. I took in the girl when he brought her to me when I knew I shouldn't have. Her name's Poppy. She's a Gaplander. Bilby toy tracker. Stupid, stupid, soft-hearted, stupid Graham.
Who's the girl?
Her name's Poppy. She's a Gaplander. Graham brought her here. Told me he'd found her wandering around somewhere.
Like kidnapping?
Jeez! Who said anything about kidnapping? No. He was trying to help her. He thought she might be connected.
Connected to what?
Everything. Or maybe nothing.
Well, that narrows it down.
Listen, pal. Graham had a loop, and he kept me out of it.
Why does Poppy laugh all the time?
Weird, huh? It's like someone turned the happy knob all the way up to 11, and then snapped it off.
Graham never talked about it?
Like I said, me and Graham had a strictly need-to-know relationship.
So Graham just left you with Poppy?
Said it'd only be for a day. Didn't turn out that way. Poor kid. Someone had to look after her. Guess that's me now.
Poppy seems really attached to that Bilby.
Bilby!
Yeah. Well, if that Bilby's got a tracker in it, she's gonna find herself unattached pretty quick. One way or another, you are taking that Bilby with you when you leave.
I don't think Poppy is going to...
Then you might be responsible for throwing them both.
You're kidding.
Try me.
I don't think Poppy...
Oh,
Hey, I didn't bring it here.
you're right. And which one?
Ugh, fine. I'm looking for a boy called Milo. He was kidnapped 2 nights ago. I tracked him here, to Union City.
Hey, Poppy! You know a boy called Milo?
Bilby!
Not Bilby. Milo! Ah, forget it.
You really don't know any more about her?
Hey, I'm just the babysitter.
Didn't Graham ever explain where...
Graham didn't ever like I said, he was supposed to come back for the girl a couple of weeks ago.
You said you put a data blocker on Graham's ID.
Yes, but a fat lot of good it does when you tell everybody about me. Hey, Graham?
Why did Graham want his own data blocked?
Hell if I know. I run a tech service, not a chat show. He wanted 2 things from me. First was something to hide his own data from. Prying eyes.
And the second thing?
A way out of the city. Just for a day. Being an absolute bleeding genius, I manage both. Hence the masked demon.
Okay, so if I want to find out what's going on here, I need to get rid of Graham's data blocker, yes?
Yes.
Can you remove it?
Yes. But no. Graham's little disappearing act has totally messed with my mojo. Whole new level of security has been added to the Minos Gateway. I can't get in without my masked demon triggering every damn security protocol ever invented. Can't get rid of my masked demon without getting in. Basically, I'm saying Minos is out and it's a link space thing. You wouldn't understand.
Is removing this...
Nothing's complicated if you've got the tools for the... And you, sir, have got the tools.
You're talking about my...
Exactly. All our problems solved by that glorious hole in the back of your head.
You remember Link Space?
Yes, finally! I was beginning to think I was the only one in this city with a brain. That said, you may be the only one in the city with a Shriman port. Which means, oh ho ho! Today might turn out to be a good day after all. Let me show you something. Follow me.
Is that a Link chair?
It absolutely is.
And I suppose you want me to sit in it.
You've got a problem with your ID. I've got a problem with mine. The solution to both our problems lies in Minos. But thanks to Graham's selfish inability to not die, I can't access the system.
So how do we get in?
Via link space. There's a back door into Minos. Now, I'm the only man in this city with a functioning link space chair. And today, the only man in the world with a functioning Shriman port walks through my back door. I need you to do this. You need you to do this. Poppy needs you to do this. The universe needs you to do this.
The data blocker on Graham's account was stopping me finding out more about him. It sounded like Leet really could help me get rid of it. I needed to do what he said. It was another hand scanner. These things were beginning to make me nervous. I could see a few errors in Leet's calculations, but I doubted he'd appreciate me telling him. Leet's super terminal was quite a piece of reclaimed tech. I guess that was Leet's bed. Either that or he had a dog. And again, nobody would let a dog sleep in that. It was some kind of old device for producing electromagnetic radiation. A scrapped robot that looked past its prime. Poppy?
Leet! Leet! Leet!
Are you okay?
Bilby!
Yes, that's a Bilby, all right. Is Leet taking... Poppy's constant laughter was beginning to get to me. Were you kidnapped from the get... Poppy's What's that?
Bilby!
Can I hold...
No!
Good luck with that one, mate.
Bilby!
I know you're really...
Bilby!
But you see, a very spoiled middle-aged woman from the lower levels wants it back.
Bilby!
You're right. I'm gonna start over. Bye, Poppy. Hey, Poppy. I'm a social climber.
Are you really bragging?
Would you like a can of Spankles, Poppy?
Spankles!
No way. I'm having a hard enough time shutting her up as it is.
This is called a mini-K.
No one wants it.
Would you like a can?
The blood of Agio City? Absolutely.
Look, I've got an aspiration brooch.
I wouldn't go waving that sort of thing around up here. It'll get you nothing but a black eye and a toothless grin.
It was a rubber fish. He'd pat. Some of the trash was marked with the logo of Agio City. The furnace was now off. It was an old link interface, the height of intrusive tech.
So you need me to reach Minos through link space?
Correct. Ready to strap in?
Yeah, why not? What's the worst that could happen?
Ho ho ho, buddy. You'd be surprised.
Leet?
Relax. You've done this before, right?
A long time ago.
Hey, it's like riding a bike. First thing you gotta do, make your way through link space to the Minos portal.
Is it easy to find?
Maybe, maybe not. But link space should be completely empty these days.
Minos portal. Then what?
Find your way to the ID data center. Bring up the accounts of Graham Grundy and Elliot Richardson.
Whoa. Who's Elliot Richardson?
Duh. Elliot. Leet.
Gotcha. What's next?
Eliminate the mask demons and the data blockers on both our accounts. Piece of pie. Easy as cake. Got it?
Get to Minos, then clear your software from our accounts. It's really that simple?
Uh-huh. You'll figure it out. You seem like a bright spark. Now,
Let's fire this baby up. Can't wait to see if she still works, hey?
Whoa, still works. What are you...
Okay, hold on to your brain.
How am I supposed to...
I meant figuratively.